Hello and welcome to the 2017 DMAX Championships. It's the first round. We're at Milton Keynes using the international layout. We have 10 rounds ahead of us. We're going to be going to 8 different circuits. We have a lot of returning faces, but a lot of new ones as well. Let's look at my ones to watch for the season. So first up is Chris Hackworth. He is an 11 times champion at DMAX. That's in the lights class though, so he's up from the Inters. He was off last year and clearly put on a few pounds. He says he was working out, but I disagree. But there's no doubt that he's going to be challenging for the title this year. Next up, Tor Ryan did 2 races last year. His first ever race at Sandown Park, he won, and he was also impressive at Wilton Mill as well. I would not be surprised to see him on the podium and challenging for the title. However, I think the man to beat is Bobby Trundley. He is of course the returning champion, and to be honest, with his performance in qualifying, getting pole position, he's already put his authority down on this championship. He'll be hard to beat, but let's get to the race and see who's going to win at round 1.
P2.
Wow.
Yeah, all right.
How's it feel?
Good. Yeah, I was about a tenth off Mr. Trundley here, which is annoying. So yeah, no, but it's a good first quali. I was all over the place for about the first 3 laps, so it's quite greasy.
What's the planning for the race?
Settle down in the first couple of laps. Try not to drop too many positions. Settle in, and then see if I can chase after this reprobate. So yeah, but fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Hackworth's back.
Yeah.
Brilliant, and everyone stepped up their game, obviously. It was chaos. Really chaos. I stacked it twice in the same corner on the outlet.
Greasy out there? Or?
It was quite greasy, but it's dried up a little bit now. Still a little bit greasy.
So just go do what you do.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, not too bad. It felt quite different. Used to driving a pro kart recently, so getting into DMAX for a few months now, was a good experience. It was very slippery out in the first few laps, which caused a little bit of concern, but my confidence built, and then gradually as I got into it, the traction pricked up, and I was pretty happy with that.
Struggling a bit, damp conditions, a bit rusty, but I think fifth place. I'm struggling a little bit, but probably overdriving a bit. So
You've been away a year, so
yeah, money-wise a bit too tight, but I'm back.
so you're 6. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it's good. First race back for a little while, so just got to do what I can in the race. Really push hard. It took me a little while to come up to temperature with the kart and get the feel, but getting faster towards the end of the session. So yeah, happy with 6. We can push from that. Joint with 5th, I believe. Exactly. So yeah, hopefully a bit of luck on the start. We can jump a few places and sort of keep that, and then push hard for the race. But we'll see how it goes.
Was having a good session, sort of chopping and changing for the lead throughout, but a bit of a spin thanks to somebody else on the last lap, and couldn't finish my quick lap. So a bit of work to do, but kart feels really good. So
You should be able to move forward, you think?
oh yeah, definitely.
It's going to be a really interesting race. Bobby Trundley, the reigning champion, has gone to the top, and it's even surprising that we see the reigning champion out of the top so early on in the season when you look at the talent of drivers behind him. Mike Coppin, Nuno Costa, Ollie Peacock, Chris Hackworth. This is going to be a really exciting challenge for him in 2017, Chris.
It is. I think Mike Coppin especially has had a very, very good start. He didn't really expect to be as high as he was. He said when I spoke to him just before the race started, and he didn't think he'd done that well. So if he can really turn it on, then he might even go faster than Trundley. Chris Hackworth, of course, is a DMAX legend. He says he's won 11 championships. That they are in the light class. In his year off, he may have put on just a little bit of weight, but he is back, and he's really got his championship assault underway with 5th place.
Well, this is going to be a really interesting 2017 season. The major change that you need to know is the numbers. The numbers are basically seeded for the top 10 drivers from the previous season, and then after the top 10, any number that is given to the driver is in the order in which they booked in, and they will keep those numbers all the way through the year. So the 1 to 10 are going to be the top 10 drivers from last year. From then on in, it's basically whenever you booked in, and they will carry those numbers all the way through the field. But we have 1 to 31 with just 1 absentee, the number 7 from last year. So there's 30 drivers, a packed grid of 30 drivers for our first round of the championship, and it's really going to be tough to know who's going to get the first race of the season. Trundley and Coppin, Costa and Peacock, Hackworth and Ryan, from Curtis, Kirk, Cousins, McKeegan, Edmondson, Jones, Perry, Ellis, Russell, et al. And they're coming out of the final turn for the first time to get us underway. Let's get green. Yes, we are away, and it's a good start from Bobby Trundley. Mike Coppin slipping back in underneath him, tries to get on the inside line, can't quite get the move done, and is that going to cost him second? No, it doesn't. So it's going to be Trundley from Coppin as they move away into the first corner for the first time, and actually, through the first turns, everybody has managed to get through cleanly. What a successful start. So Trundley is getting away from the field. Look at the gap he's pulled out already. Trundley is absolutely off like a jackrabbit. And now we've got Coppin in second position. Peacock is indeed down to fourth position. Who is that? Now in third position, I think. Is that
is Hackworth. Yes,
he's already on a charge.
Yep, Chris Hackworth up from fifth to third then. Mike Coppin looking over his shoulder at Chris Hackworth there and knows he's coming for him. Ollie Peacock still in fourth place. Fifth place is Nuno Costa. Sixth, Tor Ryan, who did a couple of rounds last year and won on his very first race. So Tor Ryan certainly one to watch. Alan Curtis, Anthony Kirk, Luke Cousins, the vice champion from last year, is down in ninth place, and Tim McKeegan is in 10th.
Yeah, there's a couple of drivers actually who are way out of position compared to last year. James Perry is down in about 13th position. He was 6th in last year's championship. There's contact down the straight, and yellow flags wave temporarily down the straight heading down to turn 6. That was very nasty indeed. But the big one is
Zander Mahoney, fourth in the championship last year, down in 21st place. Seb Cook, 9th in the championship last year, is down in 20th place.
Here comes Hackworth. He's really starting to knock on the back bumper of Coppin, and he's taking Ollie Peacock with him for good measure. These three are going to have a sensational scrap at this rate. And don't forget about Nuno Costa and Tor Ryan behind. They are chasing down as well. Bobby Trundley is already 2 corners clear. He's checking out. As they come back over the hill, we should see Hackworth now in second place. Trundley's there. No, Coppin's got him back, but he's there on the inside line.
Here he comes.
Trying to get him to the inside line.
Oh!
He can't get through there. Goodness me. Coppin versus Hackworth. Game on. Well, Kirk is trying to make a move on Curtis a little bit further back as well, and they've got Luke Cousins, Tim McKeegan and Matt Edmondson-Jones all in that little tussle. 5 karts in the battle of a 7th position, with 5 karts battling for second place further up the road. So we've got a great scrap. That is Curtis, Kirk, Cousins, McKeegan, Edmondson-Jones. And Edmondson-Jones at the back of this field, he's been out of the racing in this championship since about 2009.
Yeah.
He's certainly not started his speed, is he?
And well, the train, what should we call it? The Curtis train is getting longer and longer.
It really
is. Going all the way down to, that must be around 10th place.
Well, it's 12th now. It's 12th now because James Perry's joined the back of it, and it won't be too long before Daniel Russell heads the back as well. So it's going to be really close. There's a couple of drivers apparently being investigated for speeding under yellow flags. Now, when the yellow flag flies, you are supposed to run in formation, but these guys absolutely battling each other. They haven't even seen the yellow flag by the look of it, and they could get investigated for that.
Yeah, it looks like there's been a change for 7th. I think
has.
Kirk might have got through. Cousins is in that battle as well. You can see him. He is the number 2. But let's call that as they come across the line. So it is Kirk, Curtis, McKeegan, Cousins, Edmondson-Jones and James Perry. Dan Russell is catching up as well, as is Tim Ellis. So it's the number 25 now leading that battle, but we have the number 2 in there and we have the number 6 in there, both out of position.
Really good battle between those guys as they continue to fight away.
But interestingly, Dan Russell in that battle as well for 7th place. He's up from the IndyCar Championship, which he's done for a couple of years.
Oh, move up the inside. Sorry, Chris, that's for 8th position. That's Tim McKeegan. He made the move, but he's going to go out wide. So Curtis is going to go side by side with him into turn 1 and get the place back.
Curtis
has gone further up the road. It's Kirk he's battling with. So Curtis has already got ahead. Kirk and McKeegan battling it out. McKeegan trying to make the move again into 8th position. So that is Curtis having moved up to 7th position now. Kirk is there in 8th. McKeegan, Cousins, Edmondson-Jones and Perry. Amazing squabble between those 6, but still out in front. Now we got Hackworth up the inside. Hackworth going for Coppin on the inside line, and I think he's got him. I think you're right, Chris. I think he managed to get it just on the exit.
Yeah, it looked like he got a better run out of the corner. No yellow flag that time, so he was able to make the move. And let's see as they come over the crest. Is he through? Yes, he is. He's having to defend from Coppin, though. And Ollie Peacock, Nuno Costa next in the queue. They're going to make a move very shortly.
This is really tight as Peacock goes for the inside line at the right-hander, down to the left-hand hairpin. There's another opportunity, a side-by-side. That is, I think that's another change. Kirk and Curtis, yes, they're side-by-side, and I think that is now Kirk up the inside to 7th position, past Curtis
I'm not
again.
too sure. I think it's Curtis in the red suit. Let's see as they come through. It is, yeah,
Curtis,
but Kirk's in the black and
So those two are swapping positions all the way around this lap as Edmondson Jones has got held up there. Edmondson Jones trying to get a move there on Luke Cousins with Tim McKeegan having got through.
I think he's lost the place.
Yeah, I think James Perry's got through. James Perry's through into 11th position, and the squabble kicks up again because Coppin has come back. I think Peacock's now at the inside of Coppin. Yes, he is. And now Coppin tries to get the place back in the third position. He's got it back, and Nuno Costa's going up the inside now as well.
I think
it's battle joined.
Yeah, I think Peacock might have dropped also a place to Tor Ryan as well. So we'll see where they lie as they come over the crest then and down the hill once again. Trundley though did a 65.7 last time to extend his lead to 5.3 seconds. Well, that's Coppin up the inside. Peacock's also going through. He's through. Yeah, he's through. Well, that was a great driving there from Peacock. And behind, Tor Ryan's gone past Nuno Costa as he goes past the back marker as well. Nuno Costa not very happy, but that was very good driving there from Tor Ryan to go through to 5th place.
What a move from Ollie Peacock. That was absolutely beautifully timed as he realised, yes, okay, he's gone for the move. If I go for the move too, he might just run out wide on the wet patch and I've got a chance, and he took it absolutely beautifully. He is a champion. But to be this far ahead of the battle is
I tell you, there was a move further up the road there, and I think that was between McKeegan and Curtis. McKeegan going through to 7th place there, and that's closed the group up once again. Luke Cousins trying to make a move.
That was close. He just manages to defend there. That was very tough indeed there for Anthony Kirk, trying to hang on there.
I think that was, in the end, McKeegan maybe just holding on. We'll have to call it as they come through.
You might be right on that one.
They're changing too often.
They really are.
Now, Tor Ryan starting to put Coppin under some pressure, coming up towards the last corner.
It's Coppin looking very shaky. Ryan goes for it up the inside. Banzai, and he's through. Absolutely fantastic move there from Tor Ryan. Coppin is going to try and get a good run up the inside of him to get back, but he can't. Ryan shuts the door beautifully, and watch out for Nuno Costa. He could take advantage, but Tor Ryan beautifully moved up the inside there in the final turn. Coppin's going to slide back through on the inside, run wide, and that was never going to happen. He gets squeezed off to the barriers, and look, round the outside of all of them goes Nuno Costa. Contact, and off the road goes Costa. Oh dear, he's not going to be happy. All 3 of them gesticulating. What are you doing? What is this, DMAX or NASCAR? Well, just going back to that incident that we saw between Coppin, Ryan and Costa, it looks as though race control is determining that because Nuno Costa was trying to turn across on the 2 on the inside, it was basically him that caused that accident. That's what race control is trying to determine. But as a result of that, Costa has already slipped back to 6th position. So they may decide, well, he's already the instigator of his own demise there. So there's no point, kicking a man when he's already got a broken rib, but he's already going to try and fight his way back through. But that's definitely a wake-up call for both Coppin and Ryan. Yeah, 6 can't scrap for 7th place, still going strong. Tim McKeegan, Anthony Kirk, Alan Curtis, Luke Cousins, Matt Edmondson Jones and James Perry. They'll be coming up over the rise any second now. And Tim McKeegan, having put himself to the front of this queue, has got himself a tiny bit of breathing space to Anthony Kirk.
For now.
For now, at least. It won't be long before he's having to hustle once again. And then we've got 2 very feisty men behind. Alan Curtis trying to shake off the runner-up from last year. Yeah. Luke Cousins down in 10th position, squabbling away with the likes of McKeegan, Kirk, Curtis, Edmondson Jones and Perry. What a difference a year makes. He's really struggling today. Halfway through,
we've had a change for second.
We have. Peacock's got past Hackworth.
He's through.
Peacock has got past Hackworth. Now that is a big moment in this race. That's
very big, because
look.
Mike Coppin is there as well. He's suddenly had a big turn of pace, considering at the start he was really struggling.
Well, what was Hackworth's last lap time like? He did a 107.0, so I think he got held up in the traffic, and that's given Peacock the way through.
Coppin's just done the best lap of his race, 65.814.
Just when you think it's going to settle down, they put a bit of a spanner in the works. It's game on once more, and it's a fantastic battle. Now look, Edmondson Jones has got himself right onto the back of Luke Cousins and Alan Curtis, as the 2 guys in front of them, McKeegan and Kirk, have separated from the train, but now Edmondson Jones has caught up. So clearly somewhere Curtis and Cousins must have got held up by a back marker, or they've tussled with each other, and now they are cannon fodder for Matt Edmondson Jones. They're side by side. That is Curtis just hanging on there in front of Luke Cousins, but Edmondson Jones is looking very feisty now. Bennett has got to come into the pits, having had that spin. He's been asked to come into the pits. I have a feeling he's transgressed in some way, so they're going to bring him into the pit lane. And unfortunately, that is a miserable start to the season for Matthew Bennett, chatting away to the mechanic in pit lane. Really get the speed up through here. They both go with the back marker, but Hackworth's through!
Yep,
that's
Hackworth's
exactly
through.
what we thought he'd do.
Here comes Peacock.
Back to the inside, Peacock, but he's going to run out wide. He's off on the curb, but he still manages to get through. What was Hackworth doing? It's almost as if he came off the throttle.
Well, Peacock's deciding whether to give the place back there. I think he's sort of putting his hand out. Peacock, well,
I don't think he's going to.
No.
I don't think he... Well, it didn't look like there was anything about Peacock's move that was illegal. Surely it looked fine to me.
I thought it was a great move.
Well, Hackworth backed off, and now they're going to be side by side again as they come off turn 4. Hackworth's going to try and go the long way
He's
round,
going to go
for the switchback on the inside line. But look, Peacock moved to cover beautifully. That was a beautiful bit of defending, but now here comes Hackworth up the inside of turn 6, and he's through. They come out of the left-hander and up the hill once again. Hackworth versus Peacock is really kicking off as Trundley out in front is setting faster lap after faster lap. And still Peacock looking for a way through on the inside of Hackworth. Couldn't quite make the space as they go into the penultimate hairpin, but looks like
that's
Hackworth
Nuno
has done
Costa with them, I believe.
That is Nuno Costa. Where did he come from?
Well, he was 1.1 seconds behind at the start of the lap. He's now with them as they come across the line. So, as you said, any one of these three can stand on the podium at some point. And Tor Ryan, let's see, he's only 2 seconds behind. So, if the battle continues, he may be there as well.
That's a move in this 7th position battle. That's Edmondson Jones making a move. I think he's managed to get past Curtis there. Cousins is scrabbling all over the place, and they've had a major shuffle of positions. It's now McKeegan from Kirk. Edmondson Jones is now 9th from Curtis, Perry and Cousins. Where's James Perry? Crept back into the battle. He was about 3 seconds off the back of it, and now he's right in
Jones
there.
Well, is that another move for Edmondson Jones, or is that a back marker?
I think that's Edmondson Jones going for...
It was a back marker. He's 5 seconds behind.
Yeah,
Kurt,
he's trying to get through. Sorry, so Edmondson Jones trying to get away from Curtis, and then up the inside, Cousins is swarming around, but Perry is in there as well. He's managed to gain a lot of ground. It's tough to know where to look in this race. Who said it was an enduro? It feels like a sprint as Hackworth again deals with the pressure from Ollie Peacock into the final hairpins of this lap. Into the left-hander they will go, and is Peacock going to make a dive? No, he's not, because he's got to defend from Nuno Costa. But Costa is right in there in 4th position, watching these guys battle, and he could pounce on them both here. Absolutely incredible, and he's faster than both of the guys in front of him.
Tor Ryan's just closed in by over half a second on that lap. Gap down to 1.4 seconds. Tor Ryan in the number 28, and Coppin was also around 0.8 faster than that group as well. So Coppin is now, let's see, he's only around 2.8 seconds behind. So it could go back to how it was in the early stages of the race, with 5 battling over second place.
Meanwhile, we've got Hackworth.
Tor Ryan's there now, isn't he?
Tor Ryan is right on the back of it. Here we go again. And as these 4 continue to scrap, Mike Coppin's joining the battle. We ain't done yet, folks. This is brilliant.
Well, Tor Ryan was getting a lot of encouragement from the sidelines there. The gap was 1.4 seconds. It's now 0.3, and there he goes up the inside of Nuno Costa. Tor Ryan's through them to 4th place.
This guy has got so much attitude when he makes an overtaking move. He's absolutely monstrous, Tor Ryan. He gets an absolutely stunning move.
And 2nd place, just up the road. And Mike Coppin's now with them as well. He was 2.8 seconds off the battle.
He's right behind
them.
them.
The blue helmet and the white suit, the number 5, 5th in last year's championship. Mike Coppin catching the battle for 2nd here.
Costa shoves Ryan through the first part of the apex, and that's brought Mike Coppin right onto the back of both of them. It is once again a 5-way scrap. Now, if I'm Mike Coppin, I'm not going to make the move on Costa yet. I'm going to shove him a little bit. I'm going to get him.
Coppin's going up the inside.
He's gone for it.
He doesn't agree with you, Jake. He's gone straight up the inside.
What do I know? He's just gone straight up the inside into 5th position. He's going to make this move stick, and now he's going to chase after Tor Ryan. What I was going to say is that these 3 now need to work together to get onto the back of Hackworth and Peacock.
Well, you say that. Coppin last time did a 65.6. He was the quickest
of anyone
on the track. So last lap round, Coppin was quickest on track.
This is going to hurt Hackworth if he
they're side by side.
They are battling for position as Stilco goes up the inside and they run wide. Hackworth's going to get past them both. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's going to get tangled in with them. And he's going to go out wide. Oh, Peacock goes out sideways. Somehow Hackworth manages to get round them both. That was close. That was quite close. And now it's absolute skittles behind them. That's Coppin trying to work his way to 3rd.
No!
Costa! I don't believe it. Oh no! I think there was another car that tangled with him, but Coppin has dropped to the back. Now, I'm not sure if that was Peacock or that was Costa on the inside, or
Well,
that was the slower kart, but Coppin has been taken out there.
looked like he had the run to me. He was taking the racing line, and rightly so, but
Well, who was on the inside line?
Someone literally just tagged him. Clipped the back inside wheel, and that flicked him into a spin.
Oh, it is going to be Nuno Costa. Nuno Costa is going to be given, I believe, from the race officials, a black flag. But yes, go Tor, and he is there in third position now. After all of that squabbling, he is looking at a podium.
Well, he's on the back of Hackworth,
yes,
isn't he? Coming into the penultimate hairpin.
This is the man who only did 2 rounds of the championship last year, one on his first outing. Now we're hoping he's going to do a full campaign.
Coppin's up the inside of Costa,
yeah,
who
Coppin's
may
got Costa
be...
surely now.
Yeah,
Nuno Costa's got to come in. Oh
there
dear, hand in the air. Well, Nuno Costa comes in at the last possible moment, and that is a bitter end to Nuno Costa's challenge for the podium. What a shame. But unfortunately, if you dive up the inside and you spit out another competitor, what else do you expect? Unfortunately for Nuno Costa, he'll learn from that. And is he going to park it? Oh dear, he was only interested in the top 3. He is going to get out of the kart. Not for the race leader, Bobby Trundley, who was nearly half a minute clear. What on earth has he been doing in the off-season to be half a minute clear of... Let's just look at the drivers who are just behind him. Tor Ryan, Chris Hackworth, Ollie Peacock and Mike Coppin. And we should point that out. Ryan has got past Hackworth. He has got through into second position. I didn't see where he got the move done,
no, it must
but
have
he
been
has
down
got
at
through.
turn 8.
So Ryan is now into second position. Coppin's got past Peacock. We didn't see that happen, but Coppin has got past Peacock as well. So driving angry, Mike Coppin has got himself back into the top 4, but Peacock is going to challenge once again to get past. They've got a slower kart, got 2 slower karts in front of them, in fact, before they can even think about Ryan and Hackworth.
He's having to defend as well, Mike Coppin, from Ollie Peacock. He is defending. And Peacock's going to get the run going into the last corner.
They're going to be side by side. Coppin will hold the inside line, but Peacock will hold the determination around the outside line, and they nudge each other. Defended. And he's shoving. Now look, that's a karting move there. Coppin is saying to Peacock, stop trying to overtake me.
Yeah, let's work together.
Push me, shove me down the straight. We need to catch these guys up in front, or we're not going to have a chance at the podium. Help me, don't hinder me. Barrier, side by side. Now it looks as though Coppin is really going to have to defend from Peacock. I think Ollie has decided, you know what, we're not going to catch Hackworth. I'm going to go for points now. I'm going to try and get past you. As again, Coppin gesticulates. Come on, push me, let's catch him. We ain't going to do it, mate. We ain't going to do it.
I think Coppin made a mistake and kind of apologised. Said, look, sorry, but now push me. No more. There'll be no more mistakes.
Yes, I won't make another mistake.
That's
push
one.
Me and I'll get a podium. No, it ain't going to happen. Ollie Peacock's not going to be that. He's not going to be phony that way. Still motoring out very nicely indeed. With 3 minutes to go, this will be the lap before his penultimate by my maths.
Yes, 3 laps to go.
Glorious run to the flag. He has never lost this lead, and he's just seen it get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's 27.5 seconds now. Bobby Trundley making his intentions very clear for the 2017 season. If you want to catch me, find something else, because what you're doing right now, it ain't working. I've got the better of you. Got a side-by-side, sorry! Oh, and that's contact in the battle for 8th position. That is Curtis and Perry. They bang wheels.
Edmondson Jones
is right in there. He's going to move up to 9th position. They're going to come down to the final hairpin. Edmondson Jones, who's going to try and
all the way around the outside.
That's never going to work, but he could position himself nicely for turn 2 as he holds himself to the outside line.
Here he goes, yes.
To the inside for 9th position.
Nice move.
Beautifully done.
Nice
Absolutely superb. Well, we're into the last lap. Here comes Bobby Trundley. He's been an absolute dominant force. The gap has opened up to 28.5 seconds that last time by. He might make this a minute, you know, because he's still doing, after an hour, he's still doing
65.6, yeah.
That man is absolute lightning. And still, he's got this incredible turn of speed. Second position. How about that? Peacock ducks down, trying to get closer to Coppin. Hackworth there in third position behind Tor Ryan, who for me, in that squabble, Tor Ryan has been the standout performer. 1 lap to go, and he's there in second position, looking for an astonishing start to the 2017 season.
Started very, very well. Always going to be one to watch, considering the 2 rounds he did last year, the performances he did, but very good when it all kicked off at turn 2, and Tor Ryan on his way to second place with a lot of support from the sidelines.
There's still a good battle going on for that 8th, 9th position. Perry Curtis and Edmondson Jones. Edmondson Jones is back in the mix. There's up the inside. That looks like Cousins trying to get in there as those 4 drivers, Perry Curtis, Edmondson Jones and Cousins, battle for 8th position.
Yep, so Curtis leading the battle
Bobby
there for
Trundley,
9th.
and he's done it. Bobby Trundley opens his 2017 account with a dominant victory by half a minute. Who is going to stop Bobby Trundley in 2017? It certainly isn't going to be anyone behind him right now. They've got a lot of homework to do for round 2, but Bobby Trundley canters to the victory in round 1 of the 2017 DMAX Championship. And here comes the battle for second place. What a drive, what a superb performance from Tor Ryan. I think like Peacock made a bit of a mistake out of the final turn, but Tor Ryan is second. Chris Hackworth is third in his first race in the Inters from Mike Coppin and Ollie Peacock. What a great run there for Tim McKeegan. In 6th from Anthony Kirk. The 8th place battle is going to be next home.
It's going to be Perry in 8th, but who's going to be 9th?
Well, I think it's going to be Curtis. He's going to hang on there. So Perry will be 8th. Curtis will be 9th. Edmondson Jones just in front of Luke Cousins in the battle for 10th position. Tempest is 12th. A lap down from Dan Russell, Martin Bork, Jamie Nesbitt, Tim Ellis. Xander Mahoney did climb to 17th and pass Seb Cook in the end. Then it's Mark Figes from Stuart Shearman and Anatoly Dulko. Eastwood Carey, Martin Browning, Senior Foot, Bennett Blackburn, and of course the retired Nuno Costa.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely loved it. I mean, it was a real tussle. I couldn't quite keep with the leading pack, but enjoyed it, every minute of it. Really hard.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Really, really good. Yeah, it was a good battle between the 4 of us. So they had me on the straights, but I managed to keep it with them in the corners. So yeah, good stuff. They're quite an aggressive race, but some good racing with these guys. So bit gutted, but it's a long season. So
second down to 6th, back up to 3rd, back down to 4th. I don't know. I think I finished 4th in the end, did I? I don't know. So that was tough. The annoying thing was, I could see I was catching Chris Hackworth, and I thought, well, if I'm catching Chris, I can't be that far off the pace. And then I got past Ollie, and then we went through some traffic, and it was just, I just didn't quite have enough. Maybe another 10 minutes I'd have caught him, but ran out of time. So there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your top 3: Chris Hackworth, Tor Ryan, and Bobby Trundley.
Let Bobby off the hook at the beginning, delaying me when I was battling for second, but got up to second, and then, like I say, I thought I was reasonable, but I was just a bit struggling at slow corners.
And you've won plenty of titles in the lights. What was the difference to racing in the Inters? Was there any at all?
It's just me, bodybuilding, you see. I was going a bit heavier.
Well done, 3rd place. Definitely one to watch throughout the season. Tor Ryan on the podium, did 2 races last year, I think it was. Back hopefully for a full season. That was an awesome battle. You were down as low as 6th, I think, at one point. Talk us through the moment when it all went off, it's fair to say, down at turn 2.
Well, yeah, I jumped from 6th to 3rd, I believe. Still behind these two, obviously fast drivers. Felt myself sucking up on Chris. But literally just out the corners of the kart I was in just had a lot more punch, to be fair to him. Going through him and coming into him, there was no difference. So hat off to him, it was just in the kart. But yeah, got a bit lucky with Ollie and Mike Coppin spinning in turn 2. So yeah, just took my advantage there. I wished for it before the race that something would happen, and it did. So yeah, just jumped on that, and yeah, glad I got to second.
Right place, right time then?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Hopefully round 2 I can chase Bobby a bit better, but we'll see how we get on.
That's what I want to hear here in for the season. And the number one today, that was boring.
I wouldn't say boring, no. Interesting, 3 wide down the back straight, nah. It wasn't boring, just had a good start, good all-round kart as well. Just practicing my line as well and qualifying, as obviously I crashed twice. Let's not gloss over that. But good all-round race. You could have feed me now, hadn't you?
Who do you see as your main rivals this season, apart from these guys on the podium?
Well, it's pretty much like the same bunch as last year as well. Luke, Ollie, and obviously Anthony Kirk as well, because he's quick as well, and Mike. So it's going to be a hard season, but we'll see what happens in the end. One winner, one
race, one win. Well done, Inter Enduro podium. So as you can see, absolutely fantastic racing as always in DMAX. If you want to get involved, which you should do, visit our website or call this number.